Hey, what's up, Tech House Market? Cashew here. I'm gonna cover 5 different Tech House baseline styles. Bear with me with this one. It's gonna be a little bit longer because I want to explain and I want to guys show you how to pretty much make them. First of all, as always, I want to start with a groove. So I want to start with just a simple groove, kick, and just a loop or something, just so you have something to play with. I'm going to go into the Minimal Tech House Underground new pack. I'm going to pick a kick. Yeah, I mean, this one is just so perfect. So with a style one, usually most tech house bass lines are based around this style right here. So I actually want to go in a serum because for the first style, I think this preset right here in the Latin pack is actually way better. So yeah, this is the preset and this is for the first style. Let's go with E. This is a little bit too low. So rhythm wise, it always kind of starts either on pretty much on the second, so when the clap hits, or just prior to second, or right here. So, or I mean, you can start here as well, but like I tend to find it better sounding when it starts from maybe here. So let's try to. Let's try maybe something like this, and then we can play with a pitch like this. So I'm just like writing something right here and seeing how it's gonna sound. You can see this is kind of like that sustained long note type of bass lines. So I'm just gonna put on the serum right here, add a little bit of sidechain. Maybe just a little bit of limiting right here, just gonna make it a little bit louder. So you can see this is the style one. You can definitely recognize this. It's all over the tech house scene. A lot of people are using this. It's a long note, so we can spice this up definitely by taking maybe even the cutoff right here, so we can kind of open up the cutoff at the end of the bar. Or we can play with a pitch. So usually I like to play with a pitch when it comes to this type of sounds because, for example, check it out. I'm just gonna make this a little bit smaller because we're gonna use the pitch just somewhere. So let's say I do something like this. It kind of goes like this. So you can kind of see it's really cool. So usually you would place this at the beginning of a sound, like this, what I did here. But one of the cool things that I figured out is you could actually place it in the between of the two notes. So it kind of gives you this cool effect. So you can see it's really cool. We can obviously go even down. So we don't have to be, we can, for example, for the end of the bar, we can do something like this. And if we also add this cutoff. So yeah, pretty much this is style one, I would say. So yeah, long sustained notes, playing with a pitch, and pretty much long notes. So for style 2, I will definitely go into the region of plucky basses. So something like maybe this. So you can see this is kind of like plucky. This, you see, kind of like shorter notes, more melodic. Let me try to make it something. So let's try to turn a metronome on and... You can see it's kind of like fast rhythm. Obviously, when we play with the drums like this, see, it sounds way faster than, for example, something like this. So yeah, you see, with the faster bass lines, you get a faster feeling, faster groove. Obviously, one cool thing about it would be if we, for example, added like a shaker. something like this. So now the groove would actually be faster and it would really work well with this type of bass line. So check it out. Maybe simpler like this. But yeah, pretty much you get the feeling and you get the idea. We can obviously do even more, so we can kind of go, for example, like this. And obviously, big one with this is just using cutoff throughout the whole track, and we'll pretty much have it. You see, it's like, especially if you add a little bit of swing right here. Sounds really cool. Cutoff is a huge thing on style 2 bass lines, where you have fast notes, and I'll just try to make even another type of faster bass lines. So maybe something like this. So something like this. Maybe for the ending part right here, we can just do like one big note like this. Maybe right here on C, B. So it's like. So pretty much you get the idea for the style too. I'm kind of aiming towards fast arpeggiator type of bass lines. So for the bassline style 3, I'm aiming for more knock oriented. So this can be kind of crossed over with a bass house in a way. Bass house is a genre where you would use this type of bass lines. So I'm just gonna go again into the diva right here and just try to, guys, show you. So pretty much this would be kind of like more knocky bass, but more oriented to the tech house. So something like this. Let's just put it up in a chain right here. I would do kind of like more Latin type of rhythms. What I mean by a Latin type of rhythm is something like this. So something, yeah, pretty much like this. Check it out. So you can see it's kind of like more reggaeton rhythm in a way. So as I said, Latin rhythm. And you can, for example, just do it like this. Latin rhythm would be kind of like this. This type of rhythms is really useful because you can kind of use all of the bass lines. So for example, let's try maybe this one. Yeah, you can see it's usable. Yes, rees. You can see even with the sustains. But this one's kind of nice, I think. This is nice, and we can also go into the serum right here. Go into the Latin Tech House Market Pack and pretty much choose this bass knock preset. So this is, I would say, like a standard, you know, like proper knock. And you can kind of tell by the sound of it. One additional thing that I'll just say about this one, I'll just show you guys another additional rhythm that you can kind of use with this knock style, with this kind of like Latin style in general. Kind of starts from here and ends here. It's kind of like this type of rhythm as well. So it's like just long, slow, a little bit longer. Maybe like this. So you can see this is really kind of like more Latin oriented. It's really utilizing those kind of like the second and the last parts of the beats And yeah, it's really groovy and really nice and really usable in pretty much every tech house track. So for the style 4, I would kind of go more into the rumble area of the spectrum and of the bass lines. Yeah, this one right here. So it can be crossed over really well with a knock bass lines, because this kind of sounds like a knock, but it's actually not. So let's quickly just make this usable like this, and I'll show you guys right now. So usually how I would use those rumble bass lines, this is, I would say this is one style of rumble, because rumble has like a techno rumble where it's just like a rumble, and this is kind of like more low, deep, like super deep. I'm gonna show you guys right now. So I would use something like maybe so something like this. Let's maybe lower down the volume. It's really close to the knock. It's just a little bit more lower and the notes are more repetitive. It's almost like a crossover between arpeggiator style and the knock style. We can kind of go further. For example, take this sustained bass line right here, put up in the B right here. Yeah, put it up like this. So you can see rumble bass lines are really low, deep, and usually like sustained. You see this will be kind of like a really nice rumble bass. So maybe like a break right here. So we create a different, like a contrast. It would be something like this. This would be style 4, kind of like more rumble oriented. Like all of those bass lines have a different type of scenario which you would use them, or where they would fit. Maybe for this groove it didn't really fit, but let's try maybe just like quickly go over the drum loops. Maybe we'll find like a groove like this. It would fit even better. So let's try. Like you can see, for example, for this type of like groove, it fits really well. But for example, for this one, it's kind of like, it's okay, you know. But just so you can see the things that we can spice up with this sound, we can obviously go with a pitch. When it comes to the rumbles, I usually like to use just like 2 notes. You can go 12, you can go octave, it's totally all right. But the reason why I like 2 is it just gives me a little bit of sudden change, nothing crazy. For example, let's try maybe right here. So I'm just gonna make it like this, add another one like this, and I'll go a little bit like this. Gives you like a little bit of movement right here. We can maybe go +5. Yeah, sounds way better. Maybe try one like this. So yeah, as I said, with the rumble bass lines, it's all about making minimal differences in a pitch, minimal movement, and it's all about rumbling in the low end. It's just right there to close to the techno rumble bass. So for style 5, it's more melodic bass lines, kind of like changing notes a little bit more often, and it's kind of like deep house oriented, but in the tech house way. So let's try to make something. You can see it's kind of like 2000, I don't know, 18, 15 type of deep house, but it's just, you see, it's like, it's more tech house. So right here, maybe let's go octave down. Okay, we're definitely missing some sub. I'm just gonna go a little bit on the EQ side and just put. So let's do a little sound like this. Couple of tips for manipulation. Definitely utilize those right here. FM style right here, as you can see, kind of like you can go without. I definitely like more FM. This is kind of like more FM oriented bass lines. Part of, as always, filter. Like filtering is a major thing in the bass lines, especially when it comes to like ending parts right here. A couple of more things that you can do. Switch octaves. For example, we can end this bass melody. Last note can be more like octave up, so check it out. It will sound like this. So yeah, pretty much guys, this was 5 tech house styles bass lines. If you got any questions, feel free to drop it in the comments of the video, and thanks again for watching. Make sure to like this video, subscribe, share with your friends, and see you in the next one.